And welcome back to another video. UK police scandal has broken out. So-called alleged abuse on teenage girls. 2 coppers were arrested. One is retired. One is still in service. This seems to happen to be a taboo, like those grooming gangs, which somehow certain establishments had favoured or cover up these despicable individuals from the 90s and onwards. The famous Wrotham grooming gang. Seems to be some coppers took a bribe to look in a different direction, allegedly speaking. And it goes to show how the British police force from the 1970s, the 80s, was an example for everyone in the world. They have fallen grace. They have become woke, two-tiered, should say, and favouring certain unfriendly individuals, these grooming gangs to start off, and not investigating properly these crimes, and seem to underestimate these so-called allegations. And obviously this is just the aftermath of these so-called grooming gangs. There are people who pay the price calling out these people the truth, like Tommy Robinson and people like him. They have been persecuted by the government. It should be the government listening to these people and say, listen, they put light on this underworld, which these so-called ethnic communities in the Midlands, Islamic grooming gangs, whether you like it or not, this is the truth. And I don't want you to say it, otherwise it will hurt someone. It's a question of a safety of citizens on the road. Working, you can't even go anywhere in the United Kingdom without these so-called grooming gangs preying upon your wives, girlfriends, your children. No, this is not. It's unacceptable. And the explosion of the presence of these dinghy divers in front of schools, watching and studying kids going to school, being picked up and going away. The Prime Minister is just accomplice of this sick, degenerated society they're creating. They are covering up these scumbags. They are putting everything hidden underneath the rug. And mind you, when this investigation of the Southport stabbings will be established, who knows when, I've got a funny feeling there's going to be a lot of bias in the investigations, because this so-called Home Office leaked document regarding preventing terrorism in UK, this individual who murdered in cold blood these 2 young kids, and 11 cases of assault with knives, has been on the radar of these so-called intelligence services. They were informed 3 times, and they had all the elements of being a real danger to the public, and how the events have demonstrated. when these wokey dodos will wake up and start admitting the truth. This card of racism, diversity and wokeness, you can't play anymore. People are sick and tired of these things happening in their town, in their streets. And obviously, when it comes to kiddly fiddlers, there was a case of, there was a group of 9 of them which were convicted in Scotland. They tend to cover up these people as well. So it's not a question of foreigners. You've got even people, sick people, winos, in UK. The most pieces of scumbag shit. The outcasts of our society. Absolutely sick. Sick, sick, sick. And they want to make us to accept this in the name of diversity, the new normal. I sincerely do not accept it as the new normal. Because if you start accepting these things, you're consenting for these tosspots and scumbags to do more worse things on people.